It's now time for the main event. This is the Golf R. It's got 4 exhausts. Welcome everybody to the Golf R, and let's get one thing straight from the off. It is fast. Unlawfully fast. And loud. All the things you always wanted a Golf to be. This is exactly what it is. Just over 300 brake, beautiful DSG gearbox right here with the flappy paddles, 4-wheel drive. Don't get me wrong, the GTI is a brilliant car. We all love the GTI, but this is like the big steroid brother. This is the one you want. It's a bit like when Apple released the iPhone 5 after the 4S. Of course everyone complained saying Apple products are so expensive. The 5 was worth the money because it had the fingerprint scanner. This R is worth the money over the GTI because it's got 4-wheel drive. It's got that mad exhaust that makes you feel like you might have just driven over a dog. Bear in mind, this one I've got here does have the titanium sports exhaust. And if you listen closely, it farts tremendously in between gear changes, really. But I'm glad about that. I really want one now as well. Just shy of 40 grand. It's a fairly expensive toy, but it's not just a toy. The thing is, you can have a Golf R to live with. You come into a built-up area like we are now, where the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, which I'm sticking to rather rigorously, and everything's fine. If I engage eco or comfort mode, the exhaust quieten down. You lose the bass, throaty throb, no harder to drive than a standard Golf. The only question I had with the Golf R before I hopped in it was, who is going to say no? I don't want to spend my £35,000 on a BMW M135i or an AMG A45 Merc or a Ford Focus RS. I want to spend it on a Golf which aesthetically doesn't have a huge amount to shout about. It's got a little wing on the rear, a little splitter at the front, and of course the 4 exhausts. Making a Hot Wheels car like some of the competitors of this one are isn't overly difficult. If you look at the new Civic Type R, I think it's got far too many bits on it. It just looks overworked. Whereas the R, it's simple. In many ways, keeping the exterior understated is a harder trick to pull off. The pantomime and drama is in the performance. You don't need to drive around showing everyone it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And think of it this way, if you're in the A45, you're going to pull up at some traffic lights and people in their courses are going to race you. That thing rides rough on the road all the time, you can't turn it off. But when you just want to drive around and not get out with a sore back at the end, this is the one to go for. I'd spend my £35,000 on this over any of the alternatives because it doesn't have to be annoying and noisy and loud all of the time. You can turn it all down when you need to. Once you've found an open road, as I have now, you can put it back into race mode, drop it down through the gears. Until it's bonkers, even then, I wouldn't have changed down to second, and it decided second gear was the gear we should have used. Other hot hatches on the market, what they are those dogs you see in the park who clearly want to bite your face. That's all they want to do. Whereas the Golf is one of those more sophisticated dogs who, don't get me wrong, can bite a criminal's testes off when he needs to, but can also look after the kids for half an hour in the evening. I want a dog like that. Having turned around, I realised there was one more feature on the R left to explore. So, if we pull over, we can try out the launch control. I reckon it needs testing. Obviously, before you can engage launch control, there's some things you need to do. What was it again?
Press mode, make sure it's in race.
Right,
it's in
race is on.
Turn off the stop start, so you can turn
it off.
And then traction control, press it off, hold that. Then you drop it down into sport. Put your foot on the revs. Launch car activated.
60 to 80 just off. It didn't
Yeah.
even happen. It suddenly all comes together. Looked like a rogue pancake suddenly burned. The launch control works. That's the main thing we've found out. This guy's probably doing the same with us, to be fair.
Yeah, launch control is transit.
Oh, sorry. Oh, hang on. Hello?
What's that for, mate?
It's a little camera.
Yeah, I guess that.
Yeah.
I wonder why it was there.
Oh, right, yeah, no, we're making, I'm making a video, so yeah.
All right, mate, no problem.
See you later. Jesus. What manner of things has happened to... Oh, it's stalled.
Launch control.
That is not... what did he actually want to say then? I didn't really
Oh,
understand.
no idea.
So, the Golf R then. Well, it may not be quite as shouty aesthetically as some of its rivals, but it could certainly put up a fight in terms of loudness when it needed to. All the time I have to tell yourself you're in a Golf still. That's the thing that's so amazing. And to be honest, that's the reason I love it. It's an absolute bundle of fun when you want it to be, and when you don't, it isn't.